What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. I have the ENGWE L20 2.0 version in front of me here. First things first, as you can tell, this is a hardtail, meaning that there is no suspension in the rear. I rode the bike from home to here, and it's a rather comfortable bike because the seat post itself has some kind of a suspension built in, and so therefore makes the ride a little bit more cushioned while you're riding it. And then, of course, like most bikes in the front, it does have a suspension that's adjustable. You can either lock the front suspension or make it a little bit looser, but I've left it at the default setting and it works pretty good for me. Besides that, these have a smaller tire width, I believe, than the original L20 because these are 20 by 3 tires, meaning that they're 3 inches wide as opposed to the 4-inch tires that you usually see on these e-bikes. I kind of like it and prefer it because not only do they weigh less, but it takes up less space. As far as the motor is concerned, this has a 750 watt motor, which is really not a big surprise because that's pretty standard on all these bikes these days. 13 amp hour battery. This is a gigantic battery for a bike that only weighs 68 pounds. So their claimed range of 80 to 90 miles, I believe on a bike like this would be fairly accurate, considering that the thumb throttle will reach up to 20 miles per hour. This thing was about to take off. I forgot that it was on. But yeah, and then 28 miles an hour while you're pedaling, which we will get into, of course, like as I mentioned. The only thing I probably don't like about this bike, and I don't know why they call it a 2.0, because 2.0 would mean an upgrade, right? But the brakes on this are mechanical. They're not hydraulic. I wish the brakes were hydraulic. Hydraulic brakes really don't cost much. I'm going to probably assume that hydraulic brake system would probably cost an additional $15 per front and rear brake. So $30 extra, they should have just added it on. It would have made it a much better braking system. The last thing I want to mention is that you will need the key to be inserted while you're riding the bike. So as you can see, I inserted the key into the battery. This key will engage the electronics to turn on and off. Once you slide the seat over to the front, the battery pack will come out. Of course, this has to be in a position that'll allow it to come out, but it does come out pretty easily. You can leave this in the garage, charge the battery at home. Super, super convenient. Throwing a leg over this thing, the seat is super, super comfortable, and I believe it just turned off. Let's go ahead and turn it on. There it is. This section here allows you to change the pedal assist, plus obviously increase PAS. It goes all the way up to 5. Number 1. Obviously the slowest, but we're going to keep it at number 5. Nice little bell, very useful to have. And then you have a twist throttle. It's a half twist throttle to be exact. I don't know how I feel about it. I like the full twist throttles, but having half of it allows you to rest the right side of your palm on these sections here, which may make it very, very comfortable on longer rides. So anyway, let's go ahead and take off. First, we're going to be riding it off-road, and by off-road, I'm talking about in the grass here. As you can see here, these grassy surfaces are pretty level, but I still consider this to be somewhat of an off-road type of thing, and it seems to be riding really, really comfortable. I don't see that much activity happening with the front suspension, but that's because we're probably not going off-road that much. But now that we're back on smooth roads, this thing is smooth as butter. Really, really, really nice and smooth. The LCD screen is actually really nice and legible because right now the sun is out, not even a single cloud in the sky. And this thing is super clear, super legible to read. The battery meter all the way towards the left-hand side. Obviously, I've charged this up. It takes about 6.5 hours to charge this thing fully from 0 to 100%. And then on the bottom side, with this toggle switch, you can switch it from odometer readings to how fast you've been riding. Probably has like 1 or 2 other features along with it. Since I'm at 100% battery life at the moment, the throttle is pretty sensitive, but not sensitive in the fact that it's going to throw you off or it's going to make you uncomfortable while riding. Steering is also very, very responsive as well. If I work 10-15 miles away, this would be my primary vehicle of choice to go back and forth. This is what I would primarily use. I would not drive my car. For long commutes, I could see this bike being super, super comfortable. The handlebars are nice and upright. They have plenty of width. Overall, a really upright, relaxed position, because this is what's required of a commuter style bike like this, and I think it delivers on that promise. Now, let's go ahead and put it into PAS1, and I'll let you guys know what the maximum speed is at that throttle. So one thing I just discovered is that here on PAS1, the thumb throttle doesn't really make that much of a difference, because regardless of which level you're in, either 1 through 5, the thumb throttle will still give you a maximum of 20 miles per hour. However, if we stop using the thumb throttle and I'm using primarily pedaling assist, the pedaling assist kicks in. It's not even kicking in right now. We're going up a hill, but I'm still able to pedal, and it's not really that difficult. And I'm all the way at level 7 right now on my Shimano gear selector thing. But yeah, since we're in PAS number 1, the pedal assist is not kicking in at all. Let's put it into pedal assist 2. Pedal assist 2 is not kicking in either. We're doing about 10 miles an hour. Now it's kicking in. So at pedal assist number 3, it kicks in, goes all the way up to 15 miles an hour. Pedal assist 4 goes all the way up to 21 miles an hour, 20.7 miles an hour to be exact. Once we reach this corner, I'll put it into PAS 5. There's a lot of gravel here. Don't want to skid out. Okay, so pedal assist number 5. Pedal assist 5, 24, 25. 25 miles an hour going up, well, it went up to 26, I just noticed. Yeah, so we were going up a slight incline right there. And now the road has leveled out. Let's go ahead and try that once again and see if we can reach maximum speed of 28 miles an hour as advertised. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.1. There we go. All right, so what did we learn here? We learned that it does a maximum of 28 miles an hour in pedal assist number 5, which is good. Does as advertised. And the second thing that we learned is that pedal assist does absolutely diddly squat when you're using your thumb throttle. So they're completely separate things. On some bikes, if you have it at PAS number 2, the thumb throttle will give you up to 10-15 miles per hour. But in this, nothing is holding it back. Now I want to test out the brakes, because as I mentioned before, these brakes are regular mechanical brakes. They're not hydraulic. So I want to see how effective they are. We're going to use the thumb throttle and go all the way up to 20 miles per hour while slamming on the right brake. And I'm assuming that's going to be the rear or the front. Look, we'll find out. There we go. All right, well, that was pretty quick. I did skid in the front. I did skid in the rear, so that was my rear brake. But now we're going to do that using the front. Oh, wow, that was very, very effective. Yeah, these brakes are no joke. I know they're mechanical, but the disc brakes work really, really well. Let's go ahead and test out the maneuverability while we're around this thing. Very maneuverable. This thing turns very well. Check this out. Taking these apexes. Really, really nice. Very cool. For an entry-level bike that only costs $899 on ENGWE's website, I think I'm very, very impressed with how this bike performs. Awesome little bike, 68 pounds, weighs absolutely nothing, turns on a dime, brakes really well. Smaller tires than usual, but I think I like that. I like the fact that this is a smaller, less thick tire than the other previous models, but the fact that it still has a 13 amp hour battery, that means that the range is absolutely phenomenal. Does 20 miles an hour on pure throttle, does 28 miles an hour on pedal assist. It gets my seal of approval, and this is probably one of ENGWE's better bikes. This and the Engine Pro are probably my favorite bikes, along with the M20. I like the M20 a lot. Very, very cool, stylish bike. But yeah, this one, in comparison to the previous model, I don't really know which one I prefer more, but I don't know, guys. It's up to you. Let me know if you decide this version or the previous version, but I really, really like this. But anyway, guys, if you want to support the channel, I'll include an affiliate link down below. It costs you nothing, but I get a few bucks if you make a purchase. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.